Good morning, everyone. Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. My plan for today is to work in my cut flower garden. And my cut flower garden in my home is, I'm making it a cut and come again cut flower garden this season. Last season, I went a little bit overboard with succession planting, and I had planned out 3 different successions, which technically worked, but it was a little stressful, and it didn't allow the plants to completely grow to their full potential. So to me, it felt like it was kind of a fail. It's just not the way that I wanted to do it. I want my cut flowers to grow to their maximum full size and full blooming potential and full production, so I can get as many blooms as possible from one plant. So this year I completely swung the pendulum the opposite direction. I am only doing this one planting this whole season in this cut flower bed that I have right here, and I am only doing cut and come again cut flowers. And what those are cut flowers that the more you harvest them, the more you cut them, the more that they will produce more blooms. So it actually saves you time, it saves you money because you don't have to keep buying new seeds, and you actually get more blooms out of one spot, which is really important when you have a really small cut flower garden like I do right here. So everything's looking good. Not everything has grown in yet, but let me give you guys an update on things that are blooming right now and need to be harvested. So first thing I have to do today is I have to pull out these ranunculus I have right here. I've let them completely yellow and die down, and now I will come in and I will pull the corms and I will save them for next year. My plan, I was talking to my friend Olivia, who is a big cut flower gardener. Sorry about the truck driving by. She actually already purchased her ranunculus for 2023, which she is so on top of it, and she is going to do a mass planting of ranunculus next year. So I think I am going to take a cue from her, and I'm going to plan on doing a mass planting. Really, my ranunculus this year was only from here to here, and it was fine. It just wasn't a big show. So I'm thinking that I'll do, what if I did like a whole section of my raised garden beds right here? What if I did a whole section in ranunculus? Wouldn't that be absolutely beautiful? So that's my plan. So I'm going to take these out, planning on purchasing more as well. All right, then here you can see I have my gomphrena, which I'm very excited about. This is, sorry about that. Let's focus. Come on. Focus. Does not want to focus for you guys. Okay, there we go. That's better. Different setting on my phone. So this is QIS pink gomphrena, which I think it's QIS pink, but it sure does look like QIS purple to me. We'll see. I still love QIS purple. Gomphrena is more of a warm season cut flower. So as we get hotter and hotter, it's going to start going absolutely crazy. So I'm actually not going to touch these right now. And then I have my list right here so I can remember everything that I'm doing. I have straw flower. They are not blooming yet. This is the sultane mix straw flower. And then I have a bunch of different zinnias right here. This one is Benary wine. You can see it's not quite ready yet. This is a beautiful dandelion that I have to take out. You can see I have to weed it today too. And I think I have Benary light pink. And gosh, I can't remember the other one. A coral one, some type of coral one. And so each row is a different zinnia. So these guys aren't ready to do anything with yet. The things that I do need to get on are these white dill ami. I love this flower. I love it. It's such a wonderful filler or air, like Florette says. I think it is so pretty. And so this is when it's completely bloomed out. It's beautiful white, these gorgeous umbels. You guys can see right there. So they all come from one spot, and then it's like a disc. So you can harvest them like that, but then you can also harvest them like this, where they're green, and then you can have some green in your cut flowers, and it's seriously absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna harvest these, and then Let me come over this way. These right here are Scabiosa Pin Cushion Formula. So these aren't ready to go yet, but I just wanted to show you guys those. I have a couple blooms that are just starting. I don't know if you can see that over there. These are my afternoon white cosmos that I definitely need to harvest before they go to seed. So I'm going to be cutting back a lot of those, probably to about half, so that they keep blooming. So with cut and come again flowers, if you just let it go and you don't harvest it, then the plant's going to think it's done its job, and the blooms are really going to start to slow down. So you want to make sure you stay on top of it when you're harvesting all of it. And then I have this beautiful plant right here. This is called Forever Happy Statice. It is a new one from Johnny's Seeds, and I'm so happy that I got my hands on it. It is so pretty, and my plan is I'm going to cut it and I'm immediately going to dry it. And so the more I cut it, the more blooms I'll get, and then I'm hoping I get a ton of them so that come fall or something like that, I can do a fun project with all these dried flowers right here. And then finally, I have my watermelon sweet peas that are so beautiful. I love this color. You can see they're already starting to go to seed, which is not good. I'm going to cut these all down and I'm going to see if I can keep them blooming. It's going to be pretty hot today. It's going to be like 93 degrees today. So sweet peas definitely don't like that. So I know the clock is ticking with how much time I have left with these sweet peas, but I want to enjoy them for as long as I can. And the way to do that is to make sure that you harvest them as much as possible. So knowing that these sweet peas are kind of coming to a close, I am planning to direct sow some sunflowers. And the sunflowers that I'm planning to direct sow in here are called Gold Rush. They're also from Johnny's Seeds. I really get all my seeds from Johnny's Seeds. They're branching sunflowers. So you can grow sunflowers, just single stem sunflowers. And that single stem sunflower, you can cut a sunflower off of it, but then the plant's done and you have to take it out and you have to do something else in that spot. If you get a branching sunflower though, you can keep cutting the blooms from that branching sunflower and you will get way more blooms per plant, which is why I'm going to do Gold Rush, which is a branching sunflower here. I do have a volunteer sunflower. You guys can see that. I have no idea what kind it is, so I'm super excited to see what kind. I don't think it's a branching one because it really looks like a pro cut or something like that. I did have some pro cut plums last year, so we'll have to see. It's probably just a generic, side of the highway sunflower that some bird dropped or something like that. But I'm going to leave it there because I think that will be fun to cut. So the only equipment I have today are these two buckets. I have this one, which is a little bit shorter, cleaned. I washed it with soap, scrubbed it, and I have fresh water in there. And then I have this one that I like to use for a little bit taller stems, just so it doesn't fall over. And then of course I have my snips and I've cleaned these, and then I'm ready to go. All right, let's get going. right, so for a progress update on my cut flower garden, I have my sweet peas all finished and they look fantastic. They're beautiful and they smell so good. I see a carpenter bee on one of them. Can you guys see that? Oh, I love these guys. These guys are so funny. They're so clumsy. They run into our windows, and so we're constantly hearing the carpenter bees smack into the windows. I feel so bad for them. I wish there was something I can do, but I'm happy that they're okay. I think they're big enough to be okay even after they smack into our windows. But sometimes, especially at certain times of the day, you just hear this kind of banging on the window. It's too funny. All right, then I've got my Ami, my white dill Ami. They're beautiful. And then I did cut some of them down a little bit. You can see where that sunflower is compared to all the rest of them. Yes, I did bring out my umbrella. I don't think I could garden anywhere near as much as I do without having an umbrella like this. I wish it was a little bit lighter, but then of course it would fall over. Then I cut back a whole bunch of my afternoon white cosmos, and I actually cut it way back, and then I'm probably gonna fertilize it. I don't know, I might put some compost or some bloom booster, you know, like the flower bloom stuff. Let me see if I can show you guys. Probably something like this that encourages flowering. So I might put some of that on my cosmos just to encourage more flowering. I haven't gotten to my ranunculus yet, but there's no rush on that. There's more of a rush on the other things. I did want to show you all my Statice. This is my Forever Happy Statice. It's very, very pretty. And like I was saying, I'm planning to dry this. And so I just wanted to show you guys how I am planning to dry my Statice this year. So first of all, when you dry Statice, you want to make sure you don't pick it too early. So if you pick it too early, then there's a chance that it can wilt and it won't make a good dried flower for you. So like that's too early. Let's see. Like these over here are too early. What you want to do is you want to see the little bloom. So there's bracts. So on this one, this variety, the bracts are lavender and then the blooms are yellow, which is so fun. I just think it's so pretty. So this one is ready to harvest for drying. So I would just come down here and I would just cut it all the way down here. This one right here, this one's kind of funny. I don't think this one's quite ready yet. You can see it has the blooms, but they haven't totally opened up yet. And the blooms actually still look white. So I'm going to wait for them to turn yellow, and I'm not going to harvest this one right now. So I'm just going to harvest a couple of these, and then I'm going to condition them. I'm actually going to put them in the bucket of water, and I'm going to put all of these inside in a cool area, probably overnight, maybe to the end of the day or till tomorrow morning. Let them soak up all the water. And then once these guys have soaked up all the water, then I will hang them upside down to dry. And I usually hang my flowers right here to dry. I have all these, There you go. I have all these nails in here, and I'll just wrap rubber bands around my dried flowers and hang them from there. Or I have this string that I think is getting kind of old and I think I need to replace. I just take these paper clips, hook them onto the rubber bands, and then I hang them like that. So this is a whole bunch of floss flower from last year. I kind of just like it, like seeing it up here. I think it's pretty. So after the Statice has a chance to condition, to soak up all the water, I will bundle them all together and then hang them up here. I don't think I have a ton right now, so maybe just a couple stems. So we'll see how they do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to harvest these. Then I'm going to start sowing my Gold Rush branching sunflower, and I'm going to put those kind of all around here. I already have drip tubing in here, so I'm going to put those all in there. So let's get going on that. All right, everyone, I am done. I have harvested all of my flowers from my Cut and Come Again cut flower garden so that they can keep blooming for me all season long. I've got my watermelon sweet peas that smell absolutely delicious. I have my white dill almi, afternoon white cosmos, and then I got 3 stems of the Forever Happy Statice that, like I said, I'm gonna condition overnight, and then I'm gonna hang upside down to dry. And my plan is just to stay on top of that Statice and keep harvesting it so that by the end of the season I'll have a whole bunch of dried flowers to play with and do some project with. I'm not sure what I want to do. Then I sowed my Gold Rush branching sunflowers. I think I'm gonna have to cover those with some chicken wire or something just to make sure that the birds don't get the seedlings, because I think that is why I've had a lot of trouble direct sowing my sunflower seedlings. So I think I'm gonna cover them, but right now I think you all can tell I am hot and sweaty. My body just isn't quite used to this temperature yet. It's 93 degrees right now, and it's just a little hot for me at this point, which I know it's just going to get worse as the season goes on, but it just takes a while for me to get used to it. I know that there's some days in the deep summer, the dog days of summer, that 93 degrees sounds beautiful to me, but right now I'm hot and I think I'm gonna go jump in the pool. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you all have Cut and Come Again flowers, or try Cut and Come Again flowers, because I'm having a lot of fun with them. It's really fun to just go crazy and harvest them, and know that I need to do this to keep the blooms coming. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.